Welcome to Scamversations, where we dive deep into some pretty deceptive refund scams out there. Yeah, the ones that promise you a refund from names like Amazon or PayPal.
I'm really intrigued by this trap. What exactly are these scams promising?
Well, they hook you by telling you that there's a suspicious charge or a billing error, like we noticed a charge on your account or you've been charged for something you didn't
Yeah,
order. And then they promise a refund. Sounds like a win-win, right?
absolutely. But of course, it's a trap. They lure you into verifying your account details and sometimes even asking you to download some remote access software.
Right.
It's all about getting you to open the door to your own bank details.
Exactly. And that brings us to the step by step trick they pull off. First, the setup. You're told there's a billing error, which creates a false sense of urgency.
Mm-hmm.
They warn that if you don't act fast, your account will be locked or something similar.
So the urgency is really their way to rush your decision making.
Yep, and then comes the remote access trap. You might be asked to install software like AnyDesk, TeamViewer, or UltraViewer so they can process this refund. And once they're
Yeah,
connected, they can pretty much take control.
that's kind of scary, isn't it? I mean, giving up remote access to your computer is like, leaving your front door unlocked.
Exactly. It's like handing over the keys. And while you're watching them process this refund, they start the bank trick. They might say, move money from your savings to checking, creating the illusion of a refund. Then they claim they accidentally
Right.
transferred too much money, like giving you 5 times what was owed.
And suddenly, you're being asked to pay back the extra amount via gift cards, wire transfers, or even Bitcoin.
Yep, that's the essence of it. They claim, with some urgency and even a bit of guilt play, that you must return the overpaid amount immediately or else they'll face like some dire
Hmm.
consequences. It's a classic scare tactic.
But here's something I find a bit off. Shouldn't legitimate companies like Amazon or PayPal never ask you to give remote access for a refund?
You got that right. Legitimate companies will never request remote control of your machine or direct money transfers through non traditional routes like gift cards. That's a big red flag.
Yeah. So basically, these scammers are preying on your natural inclination to fix an error quickly, or maybe even your worry about unauthorized transactions.
Exactly. And let's talk real life examples. One case involved a guy who, upon receiving an email alert about a PayPal invoice for around $389, clicked the dispute button. Then he called a number that turned out to be fake, got talked into giving remote access, and ended up losing about $3,300 through a bogus refund scheme.
Wow, that's a serious hit. And there was another story with a woman who was convinced she owed money for a Norton antivirus renewal. The scammer, posing as a refund rep, connected to her PC, processed a bogus over refund of like over $4,000, and then begged her to wire back the extra cash.
Right. Those scammers, they're professional. They start off calm, even friendly, until they slip in that
Mm-hmm.
guilt trip and pressure you to hand over your money. It's like the calm before a storm.
It definitely ups the urgency factor. And when you're in panic mode, you might overlook these warning signs.
Absolutely, which is why it's so important to know how to protect yourself. For instance, remember that no legitimate company will ever ask you to connect your computer to process a refund. If you get such a
Yeah,
call, you should hang up immediately, shut down the connection, and contact them directly using a number from their official site.
that's a great tip. And also, never click on suspicious links in emails or texts. We all know how tempting those look sometimes.
Yep. And it's like double checking the actual website rather than trusting the link in, say, an email. Always use your browser to navigate to the company's authentic
Mm-hmm.
website. It's a bit like not taking shortcuts when you're driving. You stick to the main road.
Exactly. Safety first. And since caller ID can be conveniently spoofed, it's best not to rely on that either.
Right? Exactly. Scammers can easily fake caller IDs to mimic trusted sources like PayPal, Amazon, or even your bank. Your best bet is to verify any suspicious communications using official contact details.
Yeah, and let's not forget about the gift cards approach. No company out there will ask you to buy gift cards as a way to process a refund. That's just a major red flag.
Absolutely. Gift cards are a universal scam tool. When a scammer asks for payment in Apple gift cards, Google Play, or Bitcoin, that's your cue to hang up.
Mm-hmm. I do often hear some people mention that sometimes legitimate tech support might ask for remote access to fix an issue. Do you think that ever overlaps with these refund situations?
Well, that's a good point. Legitimate tech support might use remote tools, but they don't reach out unsolicited, nor do they process refunds directly through remote access.
Right.
Legit services always require you to initiate contact, and they never ask for overpayments or gift cards.
I kind of see how that neatly challenges the argument some might present about remote support in general.
Exactly. Legitimate companies follow strict protocols. So if anyone is claiming responsibility for a refund remotely, it's best to be highly skeptical.
Yeah. And on top of that, staying informed and knowing your account details is crucial. It helps you catch these scams early.
Right? It's sort of like using a security system at home. You monitor your accounts, keep an eye out for any discrepancies, and if something feels off, you act fast by calling the proper channels.
Mm-hmm. So, in summary, the key takeaways seem to be: don't trust unexpected refund alerts, avoid clicking on suspect links, and definitely never grant remote access to your computer if you didn't initiate the contact yourself.
Yep, that's the heart of it. And always check with the source directly. If you get an alert that seems fishy, find the
Right.
company's official number and call them back.
It's so important to, spread this knowledge. Our vulnerable family members and friends especially need to know these tips.
Absolutely. Scammers keep evolving, and our best defense is staying informed and vigilant.
Mm-hmm. So the bottom line is, think twice if something seems too good or too urgent. Don't let the promise of free money rush your judgment.
Exactly. It's all about staying calm, verifying through official channels, and not letting pressure dictate your decisions.
Yeah, that's key. Thanks for breaking down this scam in such detail. It's eye-opening and, reminds us to always double-check before clicking or giving up control of our computers.
Right. Thanks so much for the chat. Remember, everyone, knowledge is power, and staying alert can keep you safe from these
Absolutely.
cunning refund scam traps.
And for all our listeners out there, share these tips with your loved ones. Stay safe, stay smart, and until next time, keep questioning everything that doesn't feel right.
That's a wrap on this Scamversations episode. Stay vigilant, and thanks for joining us on this deep dive into refund scams.
Love watching our content? Watch more online at lrces.tv. Linda Roberts calls scammers television, outsmarting scammers Linda's way.